Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today again I'm playing around with the minifigure on parade modules, but I'm gonna take it to a new level. So here in front of me is a wizard mob, which is the latest one that I built on the channel. But as suggested by some of my viewers, I'm gonna try to expand this concept to more a way to display a minifigure, in this case older vintage space minifigure, and sort of a way to display different vintage Lego themes. So as part of the experiment, I needed to build more of these modules, but I realized that I'm starting to run out of this Technic brick. So the solution is to, instead of use these, to start to use modified bricks. Because of that, we cannot anymore connect these into the anti-stud at the center, but we will have to connect a little bit higher, so we need to make these all modules slightly higher compared to the previous one. As you can see, this one was 5 with a stud there, this is 5 plates with a stud on top, and then I have to build up a little bit more. So let's move the wizard on the side and let's see what I came up with. So as I tell you, as I said, this is gonna be a space theme build, and it's gonna consist of 4 modules. Here are the 4 bases that I create, always in this sort of Mills plate kind of build, with the modified bricks on the side. That will allow me to connect on the side, and this will keep all the modules together, so there is no need, like the other ones, to connect them in the center. And then I'm gonna put another one on the other side, so this is gonna frame everything in. And now we have a solid block of 4 modules, all framed with these black tiles. As you can see, I tried to create 4 different landscapes for this module. I wanted to have actually 4 different ones, with one of those being dark red, but didn't have enough place for that. So I decided to go with these colors, and I also tried to blend in a little bit the different landscape to mix up, to not create too sharp edges in between. Now, let's start by adding the minifigures. So the first one is this one, which is a yellow Futuron minifigure. This is more or less from the 80s. Then over here we are gonna add a M-Tron minifigure. Here we are jumping already into the 90s, and we are gonna connect it over here. Then we have this minifigure. This is from Blacktron 2. Again, here we are at the beginning of the 90s. We are gonna connect this one over here, and later I will have a surprise. I will have one more minifigure added to this module. And then at the front I decided to add a modern astronaut minifigure. This is from 2019. It's from a minifigure set. Those kind of minifigure spec with a few accessories in. So here we have already our minifigure on parade. As you can tell, I didn't put them right in the center because I need a little bit more space on the side. So I'm still approaching this in the same way as before, so with a taller build on one side and smaller accessory on the other. So I might as well switch this a little bit to the side to have a little bit of a bigger space. Now, instead of building everything custom this time, I decided to go and put this together with some older theme. So I went through my old Lego set, and I realized that I still have all the parts to build some of my small build of when I was a kid. So here is one Strategic Pursuer. Is from 1988, set number 6848. So I actually had this as a kid. As you can tell, when I was a kid, I had a lot of small sets because Lego always been expensive. It's not only recently. And this, we are gonna connect it over there on an angle. I connected over here a bracket that can connect on the jumper there. So this can connect on an angle. If you want, we can open it up, arrange a little bit the arms. And this is the minifigure that fit with that set. Now we have a little bit of space here, so I went to Bricklink and I looked through the different sets of the Tira, and I realized that there was a couple of small droids that goes along with this set. So I recreated a couple of them. Not all the pieces are exactly the same. but more or less, I took some liberties, but more or less they are all done properly. Maybe we can put this one a little bit lower here. And now our first module is done. So here you can see we have the two droids on the side, minifigure in the center, and the big, not building in this case, but this big piece of machinery that they are using this space expedition. Now let's move on to the second one, which, as I say, this is a M-Tron. I have one small set there as well, and in this case we have this sort of small buggy, which is a Beacon tracer from 1990, set number 6833. Again, another small one. I had all the parts for this, except for this is a different color, and the rest is all the original part with the same printed tiles that I had when I was a kid. And this is, we're gonna just sit in there on an angle. Very nice. And then we're gonna add a couple of details here. Here we're gonna jump a little bit to a similar set, similar color scheme, but it's actually from a different team. This is from Firius, from 1994. So these are parts of my Robo Guardian. This is another set, bigger one in this case, that I had as a kid. And I actually, for the recently Vinu Week, I had to recreate an old set, and that's the set that I revamped, that Robo Guardian. I will put a link down below if you want to check it out. So here we already have a couple more accessories, still have a nice view on the minifigure, and then we can jump to the next one. So scrolling through this part of the section, scrolling through Bricklink, I realized that sometimes this minifigure go along with the Space Police 2 minifigure. So again, when I was young, I had this sort of spaceship that inside has a Captain Magenta minifigure. This is called Galactic Chief. It's from 1993. And with a stand, we can build this on the side. So we give a little bit of elevation to this layout. And we can have this, sorry, maybe we can put it on an angle actually going up. I think it makes more sense. Something like this. So here we have Captain Magenta. Yeah, going down it doesn't look so good. Maybe it's better going up sort of like this. Okay, so now because this is elevated, we have a big gap there. I'm gonna add a little bit of detail, even if this is not, I don't think it was part of that team. And here we have now this Blacktron 2 minifigure together with the Captain Magenta from Space Police 2. And in that way, they often go together with actually another Space Police green minifigure. Now, a little accessory to add here on the side. Here we have this sort of antenna sort of thing that we're going to connect over here to fill up the gap. I think everything is looking nice. And now here we go to this more lunar landscape. I say this minifigure is from 2019, but I don't have any actually play set from this more modern style sort of city space set. So what I decided to do is to look at Bricklink again. I look at the lunar space station and I try with my own parts to create something on a similar style. So there is this space station with these 4 modules coming out. So I decided to create this one. I follow more or less the style of the set in a smaller scale. And then this is going to be a sort of module that connect on the ground. So that's a sort of lunar base attached to the ground. On top of that, I wanted to add a little satellite. I didn't have the printed panels over here. And this one also I didn't have them in gold, but I think it works out pretty well. I can connect this to a stud on the side, and that will allow me also to have a little slight angle to make this looks even better. Now we can add a couple of accessories over here at the front. Here I have the solar panel that come from the same minifigure pack as that. We can put them here on an angle, and then we can add one of these stones with the geode and one of these hammer to go and do the research. So guys, here is a sort of way to display your whole minifigure and maybe your whole set, small set in this case, using this minifigure on parade concept. I think it worked out pretty nice. From any point of view, this looks pretty good. I might consider expanding this to other themes, maybe castle or maybe pirates. Of course, I need to go through my collection of old minifigure and see what I have. By the way, even if you don't own this old Lego set, online you can always find the original instructions. You just need to Google the set number, and you can find the instruction for many things. And maybe you might be able to recreate these kind of things with your own parts, maybe without the printed tiles. But it's also a pretty interesting activity to go and build this old Lego set, and maybe with a little variation considering the parts available in your inventory. Let me know, guys, what you think about this build. And I also wanted to show you, I managed to get my hands on 6 of the new minifigure series, CMF 23. I'm planning to build one minifigure on parade module for each one of these and then put them together. Let me know what you think about this idea in the comments down below. Or maybe I could consider, instead of doing a minifigure on parade, to do 6 minifigure habitats. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this new series idea, and which one of these is your favorite. And also this one, which one is the favorite of these 4? Does it bring up some memories? Anyway, that's enough. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao!